to a mere 14% in the 1970s. Obesity accounts for 10% of deaths and healthcare spendings in the U.S. Such a rapid increase of obesity numbers since the 1970s has been making Americans wonder if obesity is considered a treatable disease. Physicians are deeply polarized on the classification of obesity as a disease. Today I will be discussing common controversial aspects of obesity, such as obesity as a disease, treatments of obesity, and the effects of obesity on American lives. Some people believe obese people are diseased. Obesity meets the definition of a disease. The American Medical Association states that a disease is an impairment of the normal functioning of the body or harm or morbidity. Like diseases, obesity impairs normal functions of the body. It can cause miscarriages in women and also infertility in males and females. Obesity can be genetically inherited like other diseases. According to Procon.org, the genetically inherited FTO gene reportedly lowers activity in the part of the brain that controls impulses in response to the taste and texture of food. So, for example, people with this gene are more likely to eat more and become obese. Now, others believe that obesity is not considered a disease. They believe that, for example, like smoking is a preventable risk factor for like lung cancer. Obesity is a preventable risk factor for other diseases such as stroke, cancer, and diabetes. They believe that obesity is a result of other diseases and is not a disease itself. Obesity can result from arthritis, depression, diabetes, steroids, and a lack of sleep. Now that we've covered both aspects of obesity as a disease, let's move on to the treatments of obesity. Obesity can be treated with diet, surgery, and exercise, just like a disease can be treated. It can be treated through gastric bypass surgery, which is shrinking your stomach so it can only hold about a half a cup of food at a time. And like treatments of diseases are very expensive, the CDC claims that treatments for obesity are up to $147 billion. Other people believe that treatments for obesity are dangerous and ineffective, unlike treatments for diseases which are typically effective and last a lifetime. Gastric bypass surgery is very dangerous because you have to be careful enough to consume enough calories to be able to exercise safely, but not too many to where like your stomach can no longer handle as much food and you vomit. It's also ineffective because whether you get surgery or you do the low-calorie plan, you're probably going to lose weight really fast at first, but eventually gain it all back. People have different opinions on the effects of obesity on lives. Some believe people are unsatisfied with their daily lives, just like disease patients are. Obesity can decrease your lifespan. Mild obesity causes up to 3 years off your life, while extreme obesity can cause up to 10 years off your life. Scott Kahn, MD, states obesity satisfies all the definitions and criteria of what a disease is. The only difference is obese people have to wear their disease on the outside. Obesity is linked to higher rates of depression, anxiety, low self-esteem, lower employment, and lower salaries. This is probably because obese people suffer from stereotypes such as being lazy, sloppy, and less competent. Others believe that obese people can live long, healthy, happy lives unlike disease patients. According to Procon.org, up to 1/3 of obese people have normal cholesterol and blood pressure levels. This is probably because the BMI system is no longer a good indication of a healthy weight. It doesn't consider your gender, age, or anything, or your muscle, which is very important because muscle weighs more than fat. It's only based on height and weight alone. So, in conclusion, there are many issues we must consider before identifying obesity as a disease. We must look at the opposing viewpoints of obesity as a disease, treatments of obesity, and the effects of obesity on lives of Americans. Although there are many conflicting viewpoints on the classification of obesity as a disease, the spread is rapidly increasing in our country, and we must decide if it is a healthy aspect of society or take action to stop obesity. just said that it was flawed. A lot of people still use it, even though like it doesn't consider muscle, but people still use it.
Do you know if they're looking into a different way to kind of test that kind of stuff instead of just using the?
No, I don't think so.
It was considered obese, like, so a percentage, like, you have to be overweight by so much, or,
They mostly rely on the BMI scale. I think the number, like to find BMI, you have to like, I think it's your like, weight divided by height or something. But I think the number's like in the 20s. Considered obese.
So if the BMI is flawed, do medical professionals still use it and still use it as a clear marker for obesity?
That's
And
what I just one website said that it was flawed, so I kind of agreed with that. So I just.
are they using any of the, you talked about like DNA markers or like inherited markers? Are they using any type of testing that way that you know of?
Like to genetically.
Yeah, to
test.
genetically test someone instead of using the BMI.
I'm sure there's a test in that, but I'm not sure what it's called. Yeah.
What's the most effective way to cure obesity in the ways you listed?
I'd say gastric bypass seems pretty dangerous, so I wouldn't go that